movies here. Now, one of my favorite horror film from the 70s has always been the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And of course, we do got a sequel coming. And one thing that I never really knew when the Texas Chainsaw begins and all, you always hear like a narrator beginning that recounts the events and stuff like that. Then, of course, his iconic line is Texas. Welcome to the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I cannot do a good line like that. For years, I have never knew that voice was John Larroquette. You know, the guy from Night Court. He's been some other, like, he's been on Broadway and stuff like that. I have never knew that was his voice. Well, looks like he's actually coming back to do the narration for this. Pretty much over 4 decades since 1974, Variety brings word that Emmy winner John Larroquette is officially returning as a narrator for the Netflix's forthcoming sequel to Tobe Hooper's iconic film, The Texas Chainsaw Massacre, which was actually the acclaimed actor's first film credit. So not only he was in the original, that was actually his first feature credit. So pretty cool right there. In the original film, Larroquette narrated the opening title, where he recounted the tragic fate of Sally Hardesty and her friends, where on their idyllic summer afternoon drive became a nightmare. His narration was meant to frame the story as a true crime case, which was, of course, loosely based on iconic serial killer Ed Gein's crimes. Of course, on Netflix's Texas Chainsaw Massacre serves as a continuation to Tobe Hooper's 1974 horror classic, reintroducing one of the most iconic villains to the horror genre to a whole new generation, which is, of course, Leatherface. It takes place after the shocking events of the original, in a setting where Leatherface hasn't been seen or heard of from since. The film seeks to pick up where Hooper and writer Kim Haskell film initially left off, bringing the most notorious franchise back to life in the same boat and provocative manner that it was first introduced. The sequel stars the Texas Chainsaw Massacre also stars the likes of Elsie Fisher, Sarah Hawken, Mark Burnham, Mo Dunford, Alice Cridge, Jacob Lattimore, Nell Hudson, Jessica Allen, Sam Douglas, William Hope, and Jolene Coe. Sally will also be a character here. She'll, of course, be portrayed by Mandy actress Owen Fuller. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre will also be directed by David Blue Garcia and will premiere on Netflix February 18th. As for Larroquette, he'll, of course, be returning for the Night Court revival coming on NBC, so there's that too. Awesome here. I mean, I'm definitely looking forward to check out this new Texas Chainsaw movie. I mean, you know, the Texas Chainsaw movies has always been one of my favorite. I mean, Leatherface is obviously one of the most iconic horror villains of all time. He's definitely on par with villains such as Jason, Michael Myers, and all. So seeing Leatherface back on screen is going to be a treat. Still a little disappointed it's on Netflix and not theirs, but maybe it'll work on Netflix. Who knows? Netflix has been doing good in the slasher genre, so hopefully this will be their next hit. Anyway, what are your thoughts on John Larroquette returning as a narrator for the new Texas Chainsaw movie? You know, have you ever knew that was actually John Larroquette's voice in the original? Does this make you more excited for the new Texas Chainsaw movie? Have you ever been a fan of this franchise? Drop comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for notification. This is Timmy signing out.